Hey, what's up? Welcome to part 3 on how to actually get clients for your clipping agency. I'm just going to get right into it because I know y'all want to get right into the sauce. First one, we identified our target audience. And they have money and have clippable content. Next, we enrich the data. Find their LinkedIn, find their email, find their Twitter, find their everything, find their grandma. Okay, we got it. We got all the links. We got all the places that we need to place it. We got all the links that we need to outreach them on. So what exactly is the message? And that was I'm going to give you the sauce today. I'm just going to show you my outreach message because I don't really care. This is it. It's a bit long, but here it is. Let me break it down. This is the first message you send on all platforms. Again, LinkedIn might be a little different. Email, I'll get into email, but regardless, this is the same concept. Name. Bang. So right here would just be any name. I just said David. David, just binge watch your podcasts. Now this is specifically for podcasts. This is an example because you need to personalize the message because we don't want some freaking junk thing that people spam me all the time. I literally get it all the time, dude. Literally get it all the time. Look at these. Look at all these freaking messages. Hey Jay, hey Jay, hey Jay, hey, are you still interested? Like all these stink, dude. You need to get personalized. So you can see David. Don't ever say hey name. Doesn't work. You can just say their name or not. Or just do this. Or just be like this. Just binge our podcasts. So this line is a great opener. Just binge watch your podcasts. And if they don't have a podcast, be like, hey, just binge watch your content. Easy. One of the most entertaining things I've seen in a while. Now, this next line right here, personalization. Love when you talk all things text. Or Joe Rogan, love it when you talk about aliens. Or, dude, that moment when Bobby Lee said this about that and then this. Like, you have to actually, when you're doing these outreach messages, you can't automate this. You need to have that personal touch in there. That's personalization. You need to be doing it. And then here's an example of the next sentence. Did not know Google pays Apple $20 billion a year to be default search engine. So this is where I insert the personalization, and I move on to this. More people got to see things like that, right? So this is like kind of a moment. You often want to pick out like a clip. Be like, dude, iShowSpeed, I love when you beat Ashton Hall in a race. More people got to see things like that. Then we talk about my team clips content and post it across 24 pages. We're already doing this for others using the content they're recording, so there's nothing you need to do. So this is a big part right here that I like to double down on is that they don't want to do anything else. Like they just want to use. Like they're in it for the money and they don't want to do anything. So we already do this for others using social proof. If you don't have social proof, you can say people have done this for others. Like it's a common thing, right? And I have testimonials, but notice I didn't really use it here. But this message has literally booked us a call, and I had a call yesterday with someone with 10 million followers. This exact message. Like I'm not capping, right? And so there's nothing you need to do. And so what I do is with how strong your content is, hitting, and I insert how many views I think. You'll get this from watching their content, but if it's iShowSpeed, I can get iShowSpeed like 500 million views a month if I was doing all the clipping for it. Right? So you put X amount in, and then you against me showing you. So there's this book I read called Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. And one of the most important things I learned is that often people like saying no. They want to be in control. So if they say, can I show you? People like to say no. You're going to say no. They're going to say no. But you want them to say no, but for the right reason. So that's why you say you against me. So they're going to say no. You against me showing you? They're like, no, I'm not. You know, like I literally use this trick all the time. Like if you want to like have someone say something, you just say, are you against that? And they're like, no, I'm not against it. Sure. It works. Like, trust me, it's the CTA. So the content of this kind of message overall is good opener. So they click on it because if you look right here, this is what the first thing says right here. Right here. It says the first thing right here. This is the opener because they're going to click on it. Right? That's the opener for someone. And then what you're going to do is you're going to have the second part, personalization. They're going to be like, oh, it's a good opener. Okay, it's not a bot. Someone actually typing, right? And then kind of tie it into your offer. Like, dude, this moment when you did X was great. More people should see it. I literally post clips like that across 20 pages. We could get you 40 million views. Are you against this? Like, that is how it should be phrased. And often when you're crafting your outreach message, you should try to think how you say things, how you type. So, like, dude, oh my God, Joe Rogan, just binge watch your podcast. Stuff where you talk about MMA, aliens, absolutely insane. I loved when John Jones was on your podcast and talked about all the crazy stuff he did. More people need to see stuff like that. My team actually clips content like that and posts it across 24 pages. We already do this for others, so you don't even have to like record any more content. With the content that you have, getting like 40, 50 million views every single month is not going to surprise me. You against me showing you? Like, that is a brilliant pitch that you need to do. Now, smaller the better, of course, but then how do you adapt this for specifically email? I'm a lazy guy. I won't lie. So that's why I've created something called the Emailizer. I'm going to copy this. This is a simple ChatGPT that you can do this with not the premium. What I do is I prompted it. Is that I told it to, I'm going to give you my outreach message. It's going to write my subject and it's going to write my body. So post this one in and it's going to say this. Subject, boom, my name, and then clipping or whatever you want. Then the body, and it's going to format it like an email and also say, thank you, regardless, thank you, Jay. So I copy this and then send it. That is how I do my outreach for my first message on all platforms. That's how I craft them. And the follow-ups I'll get into later. But this is how it's done. That's like the most important message is the first one by far. This will, if you send like a bunch, you'll close clients without it out. All right. Like I said, now you have the outreach message, you have the client. Now we need to set, before you start it, you need to realize what you need to have is volume. You understand the volume, rejection, and persistence. So see you in the next one. Peace.